Our next guest is Justin Lucas, nurse practitioner with Novant Health, Oceanside Family Medicine and Convenient Care in Charlotte. Justin, welcome back to the show.
It's good to be back. Thanks for having me.
I'm so glad. We had you not too long ago, but
it seems like it was pretty recently. Yeah.
But this time we're going to talk about those summertime ailments and things like that. Mm-hmm. So, but remind us about your background. I know you're a nurse practitioner now.
Yes, nurse practitioner. Undergraduate studies at North Carolina State with biology, nursing at Walden University, and then FNP-C school at the University of North Carolina in Wilmington.
Yeah, great. Well, I know that you've been at Novant Health, Oceanside Family Medicine and Convenient Care for a few months now, is that right?
Yes.
And how's that going for you?
It's awesome. It's a great place to be. Super
Very
busy.
Yeah, super busy?
Super busy.
And that's what you like?
I do.
You like to be busy. I know you do. Well, today, we're excited to have you here today because we wanted to talk about those summertime kinds of things when you have lots of visitors in the area.
Right.
And even for some locals, I mean, we need to learn more about where to go for our care because there's just various options: ER, convenient care, your primary care.
Right.
So let's just kind of start with the basics and tell me about the services of the convenient care. What do they do?
So convenient care can cover a variety of different things, but it's more things that fall under the umbrella of urgent versus emergent, which can be kind of confusing.
Yeah, it's kind of.
But cuts, bruises, sniffles, colds, things of that nature. It's easier to say what doesn't fall under the umbrella of convenient care, and that's your chest pains, stroke symptoms. Anytime someone loses consciousness, those are things that are best evaluated in the acute care setting.
Right, yeah. What are some of the most common summer injuries that we see around here?
So our population increases around here for the summer months.
Yeah.
So we see lots of sunburns, jellyfish stings, fish hooks. Probably fish hooks should be at the top of that list.
Probably.
So fish hooks, sunburns, jellyfish stings. We get the occasional shark bite.
Oh yeah, we've had a few of those.
But shark bites would be one of those things that goes to the ER. That's right. Yeah, that would probably be the best thing for that.
How about those shells you step on? They cut your feet.
The oysters. Oh yeah.
Ooh,
get
that
those
hurts.
Get those a lot. Actually, I've seen those a couple already.
Yeah.
Had to sew up a couple of those.
What about primary care? When is it best for a patient to see their primary care or their family physician?
Regularly. Okay. So, things that if you want to see your primary care, you got something going on that you want to talk about that you feel like can wait until you get back in.
Oh, sure.
Like if you have osteoarthritis and this joint's been kind of acting up on you, that would be kind of an example that, go see your primary care.
Sure.
But regularly, because that's a partnership and everybody's kind of working together to maintain wellness.
Mm-hmm. And we touched briefly on when to go to the ER, but let's talk a little bit more specifically. Let's go through the list of things where you shouldn't mess around. You should go straight to the emergency department or call 911.
Absolutely. So chest pain.
Yep.
Shortness of breath is one that can be a little tricky. Sudden onset of shortness of breath, difficulty breathing, should definitely go to the emergency room. Anytime consciousness is lost, that should be an ER trip, and most often safely accomplished with the assistance of EMS. We got some great folks there. So those types of things, stroke symptoms, numbness, tingling, weakness, one side of the body, difficulty speaking, swallowing, anything that has a sudden onset like that should probably be evaluated over at Novant Brunswick.
I know on a personal note, we were driving down the road one day, my husband and I were coming home from church, and I asked him one question and he didn't answer me. And I asked it again and I said, "Are you going to answer me?" And he didn't. And I questioned myself, well, should I really go to the emergency department? Well, I shouldn't even have had that question. I should have just gone.
I think we err on the side of caution.
Yeah, why do we do that?
Yeah, it's the safest thing to do, always err on the side of caution.
So I learned my lesson quickly after that.
Are we
he's
back
fine.
well? Okay, good.
Yeah,
good.
he's fine.
Okay.
He had a little TIA.
Okay, well, better the TIA than the CVA.
Yeah, exactly. I'm curious, what do we do at the convenient care if someone arrives there and they really need to be at the hospital? How would you handle that?
Those people get triaged pretty quickly, and we make sure we get them there as fast as possible. And that usually involves EMS. Rather than private vehicle. Just because it's safe to have monitoring during transport, because you just really never know what's going to happen, and we want to get them where they need to be and get them there safely.
let's talk about costs a little bit. Now, I know you're not a finance person.
Right, no, not at all.
But I know there has to be a difference in the charges versus emergency department versus convenient care versus family practice, you know, all that kind of
A
stuff.
tremendous difference, right?
Yeah.
Usually those ER visits can be very costly.
Yeah, several.
And that's from commercial to Medicare, Medicaid, that type of deal. ER visits tend to stack up costs really quickly, and it's really more cost effective if it's safe to be evaluated in the convenient care setting.
Right, like if you have a cold or
Sure.
things like that, or sore throat, you know.
And you could end up waiting a really long time
Well,
for
I was
something
gonna,
like
that
that.
was my next comment about you probably get seen much quicker in convenient care.
Right, typically, yes. And you know, it frees up our hospital staff and emergency room folks to treat the more emergent conditions.
And they're going to do that.
Absolutely.
They're going to triage those patients. And of course, the more acute patients should be seen
Absolutely.
first.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, that's great. Before we wrap up, tell our viewers how they can contact Novant Health Oceanside Family Medicine and Convenient Care.
All right, so the office number is 754-4441, area code 910. And we're right off of Sellers Road, so you can come by and see us if you need to.
And do you need an appointment for convenient care?
No, that's walk-in. You can call. We do have same-day appointments available.
Do we?
But walk-ins are accepted for sure, and that's how a lot of folks come in. You know, you don't have time to call if you got a fish hook in your finger or you got something going on.
And they're open sort of long hours from like 8 to 8?
That's correct. 8 to 8 on weekdays. I think it's 9 to 5, 9 to 6 on Saturday, and 12 to 5 on Sundays. So 7 days a week, but 8 to 8 during weekdays, Monday through Friday.
Great. Well, it's been a pleasure to have you back on the show.
Likewise, thanks for having me.
We love having you. You're so full of energy and great information, and we're happy that you're here with us at the Convenient Care and Oceanside Family Medicine. So.
Me too. Thanks for having me.
Okay, great. Thanks.